population. While I remained in the cell with my COVID-19 cellmate, I wore a mask 24 hours a day. I was constantly worried about catching COVID-19 from my cellmate. Approximately 3 weeks ago, my cellmate Boyle moved to an ICU wing, which I believe is a special COVID-19 quarantine accommodation. I understand it's known as Area 6C. It is referred to by the correctional officers as the ICU wing, or the intensive care unit. It's a normal wing of the prison where they put everyone who has COVID-19. In the ICU wing, there were originally about 60 people being housed. I was told by a correctional officer that about 50 of them had COVID-19. From my cell, I can hear COVID-19 positive inmates coughing loudly, yelling out in pain, and calling out to the correctional officers to give them Panadol. Occasionally, I see COVID-19 positive inmates being pushed around in wheelchairs. I've not been outside in approximately 6 weeks. I've been confined to my cell 24 hours per day. I'm not allowed out of my cell to exercise. My meals delivered to me. I eat them by myself in my cell. I do not understand why I'm still in the ICU ward. I've been tested for COVID-19 every 5th day for over 6 weeks. Each test has returned negative. When I was first brought to the ICU wing, I had a conversation with a correctional officer to the following effect. Me, I don't have COVID-19. When will I be sent back to general population? Officer, you'll be sent back when you catch COVID-19 and then get better. I've been told things to this effect about 5 times by different correctional officers. Every time I speak to a corrections officer, I ask when I can be sent back to general population. I've been receiving responses from correctional officers to the effect of, we don't know. That ends his statement. And that's the bottom line about why we're here. Because we don't know. That callous, dismissive attitude where we, the friends, the families, and the people inside don't know, aren't given the information we need. Not knowing where people are transferred to. Not knowing whether people are positive or indeed whether they've even been tested. So here in the Supreme Court, we are demanding, well, a number of demands, but underlying all the demands is a request, a plea from our hearts to drop this callous attitude of we don't know and start treating people like people. Thank you.
Yay! No! Prison safe.
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want? Make prison safe. When do we want it?
No!
What do we want?
Make prison safe.
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want? Make prison safe. When do we want it?
No!
When do we want it?
No!
What do we want? Now we're going to hear from Grech Collins for justice action about the Supreme Court case and why we're doing this. Take it away, Grech.
Yay!
We cannot maximise the situation and the danger that currently prisoners inside New South Wales prisons and nationally are confronted. We have 13,000 people at the moment inside cells, like 2 and 3 people to a cell, and also in dormitories. That is, according to the experts, the most dangerous of all situations in which they could be involved. People who are locked beside each other, who are subject to infections. These infections will cause deaths. We know from the United States experience that it is 6 times the rate of death for people who are inside prisons. These people are particularly subject means that it is a death sentence for people inside their cells. That is a shame.
Shame.
What a shame.
Shame.
How dare the government leave people for whom it has total control and responsibility? How could it leave these people in this situation? Well, not only the shame is as bad as that, it's worse. ATAGI, which is the Australian government think tank, for deciding on the policy for COVID inside Australia, they have said that the top priority for people for vaccinations should be for people in prisons and people in aged care. In that situation, they've abandoned people inside prisons. The vaccinations that were intended for people inside prisons were given instead to school children. Well, fair enough, but it meant it was at the cost of lives. And those lives, although they may not be deaths at the moment, long COVID will affect the people inside these institutions. There is a legal obligation, for people who are held in custody to help safely. That has not been adhered to by the New South Wales government. Not only the New South Wales government, but in all jurisdictions. Now there was a law brought in March last year, deliberately for the purpose of ensuring that people were able to be treated humanely and safely inside the institutions. It was great for the purpose, passed by all parties in New South Wales Parliament. The decision was made very carefully. This is a safety issue. It's not a coercive issue. It's not a punitive issue. It's a safety issue. That was the decision. And so what happened? New South Wales did nothing. Shame.
Shame.
What a shame. Oh. And so New South Wales now has 30,000 people sitting at the moment inside cells, inside dormitories who are subject now to infection. That is just not good enough. So we now are before the Supreme Court on behalf of families to make sure that those people will be held safely, that the government will be held to account, that they will be required to ensure people are less in their cells and people are able to safely be held in single cells and people will be released. Now that is the solution. The law was ordered from the purpose. It doesn't mean that everybody will be going home, but it means that people within the last 12 months of their sentence will be able to serve that at home in some sort of maybe a parole, in fact parole, or enhanced correctional orders, but they won't be in their cells, and therefore they'll be safe. The law is there for the purpose. The New South Wales government has not acted upon that law. So we're before the Supreme Court to ensure that that law is adhered to and the obligation for safe custody is carried out. But not only that, there's several other issues as well. Vaccinations for people in prison have got to be maintained at the same level as happens in the scientific community. At one stage, they had 22% of people were held with vaccination. 22%. At the moment, of course, it's increased, but there have been infections through the system, and people will be subject to the same problems in the future as well. So it would not matter at this stage whether we have 80% vaccinations. What will happen will be there will be a requirement for decarceration release of prisoners to ensure they are held in safe custody. And on top of that, they're entitled also to receive services. They can't be left in their cells with nothing. You can't have people sitting for 14 days in quarantine with no access to services. This is supposed to be corrective services. This is intended to be an opportunity for people to learn new skills, but it's not happening. So there's an obligation of the government to make sure it carries out its promise and ensures that those people inside the cells have access to computer tablets, access to online services, access to education, and those things have to be offered across the system, as was promised. This is not good enough. The government has to be held to account, and that's what this court case is here about. It started today, and it will be continued. It will be a little change in the form of the court case, but it is on. The challenge is on. Families of people in prison will not accept the current situation. We challenge it. We demand demand that the government be held to account